Hello everyone, welcome to Think Then Code. Today we'll be solving the problem put marbles in bag. So let's understand the question. You have k bags and you are given a zero index integer array weights where weight is the weight of the ith marble. You are also given an integer k. You have to divide the marbles into k bags such that no bag is empty, and if the ith marble and the jth marble in bag, then all the marble from ith index to jth index are also in the bag, and the cost of putting them in the bag is weights of I plus weights of j. That is, it is like a subarray. We are putting a subarray of weight from I to j, and the cost is weight of I plus weight of j. And the score after distributing the marble is the sum of the cost of all k bags. What we have to do, we have to return the difference between maximum and minimum scores among the marble distribution. Okay, so let's understand the sample test cases. We are having two bags and there are 1 3 5 1, so four weights. So if we break it from 1 and 3 5 1, then we get this 1 plus 1, that is 2, and 3 plus 1, that is 4, so 6. Okay, the constraints are 10 to the power 5, so we can either do it linear or n log n. Big of n square won't work. So let's understand the intuition behind it. So let's assume this is the weights array and k is equals to 3. So we have to divide the weights into 3 bags. So let's assume we do the distribution like this: 3 to 8 in one bag, 1 to 4 in second bag, and 5 to 4 in third bag. So what would be the cost of it? The cost of it would be first starting 3 plus 8, it's ending, then starting and ending, that is 1 plus 4, then again starting and ending, that is 5 plus 4. So one thing you would observe here is, no matter how we form the distribution, we will always include first element of our weights array and last element of our weights array into our answer. Why? Because whenever we are starting a bag, we have to start a bag from first index, like 0th index, and we have to end our bag at last index. So these two elements, the first and the last element, will always be there in our answer. Now the second thing you will notice is the elements which we are adding, which are other than the first and last element. For example, 8 1 and 4 5, this 8 1 and 4 5, they all are adjacent elements. Why? Because the next bags will start only when one bag ends. So if 8 is the end of one bag, then the next to it will be the start of another bag. So what we can do is we can combine ending and starting and consider them as a one parameter. How? So let's say if we are ending this at 7. So if we are ending this as 7, this 7 will become 1 and 8 will become the starting of next bag. So this 7 and 8, that is adjacent element, can be combined and added to some sort of a data structure to get the minimum and maximum value. These two, the first and last element, will always be in our answer. We are only concerned about the two adjacent elements, and we have to get maximum and minimum from them. Now there are some base cases involved in it. So if the weight array is of single size, for example only 2, then also we will only have k equal to 1, then there is nothing maximum or minimum, we will have to return 0. So we will return 0 in this case. Also, if size of weight array is equal to the k, which means we are only taking single elements and putting them in one bag. In this case also we will return 0. Why? Because the minimum and maximum will be same here. So what our solution is, we will consider all adjacent elements, add them, because we were adding ending of a bag plus starting of a bag in our answer. We will add them and push them into a vector or array, sort that vector array, and we'll get the minimum and maximum answer. That's the solution. Now let's understand it through a dry run. Let's assume we have k equal to 4 and we have this array. Now first we initialize a minimum answer as 5, and also maximum answer is 5. Why 5? Because first and last element we always add an answer. Then we will push the sum of adjacent elements to a vector. So these are all the sum of adjacent elements: 7 plus 3 10, 8 plus 7 15, 8 plus 1 9, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 4 9, 5 plus 4 9, and finally we have 4 plus 2 6. Now what we would do is we would sort this array. So this is the sorted cost array. Now how we would use it? Since we know we have added one starting point and one ending point to our answer. Now the remaining, there are k minus 1 starting and ending points remaining in our answer. So if there are k minus 1 starting and ending points, what we would do to get minimum answer? We will get first k minus 1 elements from here. So our k is equals to 4. So we will get first 3 elements and add it to minimum answer, and for maximum answer we would get last k minus 1 elements and add it to max of our answer. So the minimum and maximum answer corresponding will be 5 plus 20, that is 5 plus 6 plus 9, and 5 plus 34, that is the 9 plus 10 plus 50. So we get a minimum answer is 25 and the maximum answer is 39, and we would just return the difference of maximum and minimum answer. I hope you got the approach. If you did, please like and subscribe. Now let's look at the code. So this is the code. This is the base case which we saw. If weight size is 1, we return 0, or if k is equals to weight.size, we return 0. Then we create a cost array. We push the sum of all adjacent elements in our cost array. Then we sort our cost array. We create two variables, minimum and maximum answer. Add the first and last elements to it. Then in this for loop, we get first k minus 1 elements in it and add it to minimum answer, and then this for loop we are getting the last k minus 1 elements it and adding it to answer. Why we are getting k minus 1 elements? Because we have already taken one starting and ending point. So now we have to take k minus 1 starting and ending point. And when we are considering an adjacent element contains one ending point and one starting point. So once this calculation is done, we finally return maximum answer minus minimum answer. So what's the time and space complexity of this? The time complexity of this approach is n log n because we are using sorting.